Playoff fever has struck at 80 Knox Terminal Arena as the fans have packed in for the first round of the Greater Metro Hockey League playoffs between the Windsor Aces and the Niagara Whalers on Wheat Digital Productions. Good evening, I'm Justin Prince. Welcome to tonight's coverage. Let's go to your starting goaltenders tonight. It's Will Harvey making the start for the Whalers. This year's regular season, he had a 9-6 record, goals allowed average of 5.21, save percentage of .879 with no shutouts. He'll face the second most winner in terms of the win record in 2018-19, Zachary Uplegger. He had a 21-12 record on the regular season, 44.68 goals allowed average, .884 save percentage, one shutout. Ken Wilson, Dave Finnick, Tim Brooks, your officials for tonight. It's playoff action from the pit coming up with the opening puck drop. We're underway from Windsor, Ontario. The Windsor Aces win the draw. They have the puck in their own zone. Passed up to Cameron Pickersgill up the right wing, misses off him. Goes right by to Jesse Masterton. Masterton trying to help out. Masterson watches it get poked around, passes it across to the blue line. Taken back to the Windsor Aces zone towards the slot. Poked back by Zachary Yetman. Bryce Yetman, rather, apologies there. As now the Windsor Aces try and go on the rush. Try and break it out of their own zone. Puck being bounced around in front of Uplegger. In the near side corner, picked up along behind the net. Rolled along towards the benches. Passed up to Zachary. Once again to Bryce Yetman. Misses him. Flipped up into the zone by the Niagara Whalers once more. Just 50 seconds into play on the first period. Here on Wheat Digital Productions, you're watching the first round of the Greater Metro Hockey League playoffs between the Whalers and the Aces. A rematch of last year's first round series. In that series, the Whalers got the sweep in 2 games. From the point, Zampa has it deflected away by Harvey up by the pads. Picked up by the Whalers alongside the boards, passed on forward. Andrew Ferlat takes it up the left wing, pass towards the slot, poked around a couple times. Move back from near side to far side, back to near side, back to far side once more. Picking it up, Coy Prevo, kicking it along the ice. Rolls its way all the way to the far side corner, as that will be icing. Just 90 seconds into the first period. These two teams played in last year's postseason runs and ended Windsor's season off before February 25th. Niagara won those games 5-4, as well as 6-3 on the way for the 2-game sweep over a whole weekend. That was in Windsor, then in Niagara in the inaugural season for the Windsor Aces. Whalers went on to the divisional finals for the South Division. They're trying to get on the board first. Pressure behind the net, sending it to the crease. Rebound chance poked away. Passed up the ice now by Ivan Sabonin, taken on the left wing. Dalton Lanewise whips on the pass. Sabonin gets it back. Sabonin knocked off the puck, moved off that time by Taylor Burtsford. Slap shot kicked away from Eric Perstoshnook. Picked up again far side. Move back for Stolznook, again covered up by Harvey for the faceoff. And during that postseason run, Harvey, during that said run, appeared in 10 games, had a 6-4 record, and a goals allowed average of 5.65, save percentage of .875 on the way to that division final run against the St. George Ravens. Of course, the Ravens went on to win that said series. Niagara also beat the other local team in Essex County, the Kingsville Kings, in that postseason run. Face-off won by Niagara, puck picked up by Windsor. Milos Nikolic passed along to Sabonin. Sabonin tosses it in zone, intercepted quickly by Dante Kops. Kops tries to pass it to a few teammates. Possible icing is called. And we'll go back the other direction. 17:36 to go in the first period. Just about 2.5 minutes into the said period. Luke Mahan lined up on the ice at the moment with Dalton Langnois, along with Milos Nikolic, along with Coy Prevo. Rounded the 5 on the ice once again is going to be Coy Prevo. Prevo tries to pass it along the ice, poked around a couple different times, picked up once again, though, by Burtsford. Burtsford waits behind the crease. Setting up on the wings is Brendan Trippy. Still being patient in their own zone. Passed along the boards now. Taken along by Ferlat. Ferlat has it roll onto the far side. Aces back with it. Sabonin to Langlois. Langlois across center ice, across the blue line to Prevost. Wrist shot kicked away by Harvey by the glove. Second chance bounces off the side of the net. Prevost trying to battle, tries to pass it to the slot, picked up on Niagara instead. Poked away once more by Nikolic. Dancing with it, Sabonin. Pass down low, Prevost to Sabonin, kicked away by the stick of Harvey. Aces stuck in their own front near side corner. Prevost tries to deke, deflected away by the Whalers once more. Poked away by Fumica, size. The pass goes back to Zappa in a neutral zone. Whalers going for the line change, so are the Aces. Zachary Hardig amongst the line changes. Fumica Sai tries to go to the near side corner. Whiff pass by the Whalers. Goes to the other side instead, picked up by Bastian. Bastian sees it moved on back to the center ice zone. With it, Jeremy Lauzon. Lauzon avoids the check. Tries to put up the shot. Uplager gets the stop, gets the whistle. And ends up falling down with the face-off. Now, for those that have followed the games throughout the season for the Windsor Aces, you may remember that Zachary Uplager was a Kingsville King in 2017-18. During the Kingsville Kings' postseason run, he appeared in 3 games, won a game, lost a game, allowed 4.14 goals in those 3 starts, and a save percentage of 84%. Face-off won by Niagara this time. Checked on the boards is Mason Shoemate. Shoemate instead has to retreat back to the point. Joey Zappa knocks down a crushing Whaler. Multiple players trying to enter a poke check party, whistle call, and as the puck is covered up. And Joey Zappa knew that check was coming. It appeared that time coming from Francisco Gigliotti. And ends up, watches the puck got covered up after the scramble and getting the check. 15:50 to go in the first, just about 5 minutes in. Again, Joey Zappa picked up around the mid-season point this year for the Windsor Aces. And has been effective, was paired up at one point with Bryce Yetman. Face-off won by the Whalers once more, goes back to Zappa. Zappa passed along to Cameron Pickersgill. Cameron Pickersgill dekes, surrounded by 2 Whalers. Pass back down low, Jake Pickersgill gives it off to lane, goal and right shot caught. Harvey able to pass it off to the captain and Bryce Martin. Moved up now from the left wing towards center ice. Lauzon. Pass across the slot, misses Martin. He retreats back as Joey Zappa pokes it back again. Zappa has it stripped away once more. Tanner Ferreira. Move back to the point once more for Masterson. Setting up the wrist shot. Deflected away. Bailey Fletcher on the shot. Bailey Fletcher waiting back again in the slot. Couldn't get the pass. Uplager's trying to cover it up. He gets the whistle as the players start shoving. Again, some sticks knocked out of each other's hands here with that face-off. This year's postseason for the first round is an interesting one. For the North Division, you had the Bradford Rattlers taking on the Knights of Meaford. That's the 1 through 8 seeds. Then Ville Marie Pirates taking on the Bradford Bulls. Then Temiskaming Titans taking on the West Nipissing Lynx. New Tecumseh Civics, Emma Gwynn Spartans. Apologies if pronounced the mispronouncings for the Spartans and as well the Titans names. I apologize in advance. Either way, the Whalers won the face-off back to their own zone once more. Whalers have it stripped away. Bryce Yetman tries to poke it once more. James Guest couldn't get it out of the zone quite yet. Ivan Sabonin gets into the slot. Trying to go out of the crease. Huge save. Able to come out of the crease. Harvey getting some help from Ferreira behind as well. Second chance though for Yetman. Pass down on Sabonin. Scores! And we have a fight. Coy Prevost throwing punches after the goal on Bailey Fletcher. Coming into tonight, the man wearing your number 7 for tonight, Coy Prevost, just 11 games appeared in. Either way, Ivan Sabonin scores the goal. 1-0 Windsor Aces. We're not even a quarter way through the first period, everybody. Those are your first points of the postseason, of course. In the regular season, Ivan Sabonin, of course, picked up through the transaction deadline, 5 appearances, 5 goals, 2 assists for the Windsor Aces. No penalties come on the play. Bryce Yetman to draw now for Windsor. Face-off won by Niagara. Brandon Trippy, the one winning the draw. Moved up by Martin. Martin has it poked away. Once again, picked up Windsor. Nikolic and Mahan, the defenseman. Back up to Prevost. Cross to Yetman, intercepted. Moving back towards the slot, Martin. Poked once more by Mahan. Delayed penalty coming up. This is against Windsor. And the whistles finally come. 14:52 to go in the first period. And we'll have our first power play of the night for the Whalers. It's Milos Nikolic to the box. And it looks like indeed it is hooking the call against Milos Nikolic. In the regular season, ended up having 33 points for his campaign, but it's the first one to the box for the postseason run. Windsor Aces penalty kill percentage 83%, 38 of 224 in 2018-19's regular season. Power play percentage just 16% under that mark for the Whalers. 15.9 to be exact, with 46 of 290. Just past the quarterway mark of the first period here on Weed Digital Productions. With it is Lozon. Lozon retreats back to his own zone, looking to try and set up space. Moves up towards center ice. Now to the left wing. Avoids Bryce Shetman. Still takes it up the wing. Whistle called before the shot. And we'll go back to the neutral zone for offsides. And all that burned, 30 seconds on the clock. As you can see, 1-0 is your score for the Windsor Aces. After the goal just scored a few moments ago by Ivan Sabonin. Ivan Sabonin, in 5 games of the regular season, had 5 goals and 7 total points. Able to help put Windsor on the board. However, they're on the penalty kill. Langoen picks it up after the one face-off by Windsor. Yetman to Prevo. Here comes the short-handed rush. Tries to pass it to Yetman, intercepted by Martin. Shuffled back by Lozon. Taken up by Ferreira. Ferreira tries to deke around. Pass back down low once more to Fletcher. Fletcher loses the puck. Cleared on by the Aces. They have it bounce off a player on the bench as that draws the whistle. Langoen trying to clear it in the corner. Instead, will stay inside the Aces zone as it hit a player on the bench. Face-off this time taken by Prevo along with Tanner Ferreira. And it looks like the net came off its moorings as well, delaying the face-off as Uplegger makes the adjustments. Minute 5 still left on that power play, just past 6 minutes into the first period. Of course, in the South Division, St. George, Tottenham, Tillsonburg, North York, Windsor, Niagara, Kingsville, Niagara on the lake, the matchups. Winner of this series takes on Kingsville, Niagara on the lake as it's cleared away from the Windsor Aces by the poke. Move back to Martin. Just 50 seconds to work with on the power play. Taken up once again. Fletcher. Sees it pass towards the slot. Poked around a couple times. No shot gets off. Bryce Shipman clears it away. Goes all the way back to Will Harvey. Harvey passed on off once more. Taken now Martin. Martin zips on by Prevo. Zips on by Yetman. Zips on by a teammate. Dinks his way around. Rich shot above the Uplegger's head. Unable to hit the mark. Cleared once more by Windsor. No, it goes off Martin. Still cleared to the neutral zone. 15 seconds left on the power play. 7 minutes into the first period. Aces still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Martin waits to the right side. Face-off top blocked on the shot. Yetman gets it as we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Prevo gets the floater pass. Poked away instead by Niagara. Puck rolls its way behind Braden Trippy. Trippy passed along Dante Cobbs. Cleared back into the zone by Pristoshnuk. Moved back by Niagara. Niagara changes the lines. Taken now up slowly, now intercepted. Fuma Kasai gets it poked away from behind. Trying to avoid multiple point checks from Gigliotti as it goes back to the far side, make it near sideboards. Hardick right off the skates of Fuma Kasai. Kasai able to break up the play. Hardick collides with him. Pass back to Zappa as he can't handle the pass. Aces still not changing up the lines quite yet. 8 minutes into this first period. Kasai dekes back and forth, tripped on the play. No whistle on the play. And that's going to bring up the Bluebirds. 11:57 in the first. Fuma Kasai tripped up towards center ice. And it looks like indeed they are starting to now signal for a player towards the penalty box. If I'm looking at this right, yes they are. And that was obvious. Tripping called on James Guest. 2-minute minor. And that's going to be the first power play for the Windsor Aces in the series and in the postseason. Windsor in the regular season, 13.5% on power plays, 24 of 178. Niagara's penalty kill rate, 81.7, 59 of 323. Face-off won by Windsor. Rich shot cut by Harvey for the face-off. That clicks 6 seconds off the clock. Once again, 1-0 is your score. Aces with their first power play on the night. Niagara 0-1 on their power play unit just a few minutes ago. Face-off won by Cameron Pickersgill. Back to Nikolic. Jake to Cameron to Nikolic. Back to Yetman. Back to Nikolic at the top. Yetman waits on the right side point. Goes across to Jake. Back to Nikolic up top. Yetman again from the point. Finds Cameron Pickersgill from the slop. Deflected away. Jake Pickersgill gets it instead. Prevost comes back to pick it up. Prevost tossed back to Yetman for the right side point. Slap shot. Stopped by Harvey. Jake trying to get the rebound. Pass to pass it off instead. Still a minute 20 on the power play. Here comes Niagara on the shorthanded attack. They got a 3-on-1 chance up the left side. Deflected into the mesh. Uplager able to make the stop on Lozon as we'll have a draw. Minute 15 on the power play. 11-12 to go in the first period. Windsor going to make the adjustments here once more. During the 2018-19 regular season, the Whalers had 227 goals for, 248 goals against, though, in a 500 season technically. 21-20-1 as the Aces have the puck. Aces trying to get an advantage on the power play once more on the board, as Dalton Langlois brings it up. Langlois moves past his right side face-off dot. Martin breaks up the rush. Can't quite clear it yet. Prevost breaks up the chance for Martin. Still passes it alongside the boards. Moving towards the left side dot. Across to the right side to Yetman. Back to the top to Langlois. Back once more towards the side. 39 seconds on the power play. Shot blocked towards the boards. Whalers cleared away. Dalton Langlois calling for the line change for the Windsor Aces. Uplager goes back to stop it. Approaching halfway through the first period here on Weeds Digital Productions as the pass goes off on Whalers skate. Mahan gets it on back. Gigliotti trying to help break things up. Sabonin can't handle the pass. Goes underneath his stick. Move back into the Windsor Aces zone once more with 10 seconds left on the power play. Windsor just going to reset. Whalers getting ready for 5-on-5 hockey as Prevost takes it up the left wing. Sabonin on the right wing. Hardig waits towards the slot. Rich shot misses from Bryce Shipman. Picked up alongside the boards by Mason Shoemate. Taken now up once again across the slot. Poked away by Goulin. Move along by Prevost to Hardig. Just past halfway the first period. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hardig trying to call for the line change as we have a whistle called. We'll have a face-off in the Windsor Aces zone, and this might be too many men on the ice potentially. We'll have to see for sure. Zachary Hardig was signaling towards his bench at the time of the whistle. And it looks like that is not indeed that call. It will stay 5-on-5 as Yetman will go to draw against Birdsford. Face-off one Niagara. Rich shot from the point. Misses. Picked up back behind the net. Broken up by Goulin. Pass intercepted by Yetman as he moves it along the near side. Passes along by the fans. Still Deakin with the right. Tries to stick it to the left. Misses. Ends up going back towards the Windsor Aces zone. Here comes the chance now for Verlat. Verlat has it poked away by Goulin. Pass on back. Caught up that time was Mitchell Bonello. Watches as the whistle's called. Uplager drawing the stop. 9 minutes to go in the first period as Zachary Uplager's been standing on his head. As mentioned at the top of the broadcast, he was second on the season in 35 appearances with 21 victories. That was second in the GMHL this season to Trevor Babin from the Rattlers in total wins on the campaign. Face-off once again won by Niagara. Another shot misses. Still kept on sides though by the Whalers as they move it across the ice. Move back out to the neutral zone by Windsor. Once again, pass bounces off the stick of Lozon. Windsor picks it up once more. Fumakasai can't handle the pass now from Josnuk. Now taken by Fletcher. Passed on back, misses once more, Niagara. Now it's Ferreira on the shot. Fletcher tries to get the pass. Can't get it away. Intercepted on the pass towards the neutral zone. Sean Danyon able to get it. Saucer passes it to the neutral zone to get space. Sliding poke by Lozon, able to get it off to a teammate. Dante Copps will wait as the line change pursues. 8:13 to go in the first period. 1-0 Windsor Racers, your score. Trying to move from right side to left is Ferreira. Zooms on by. Tries to deke in, has it blocked by Uplegger. Another Uplegger save in this first period as Jake Pickersgill takes it. Pickersgill flips it into the zone for the breakout. Charging after it, McGee. Dallas McGee sees it picked up now by his fellow teammates. Broken up though on the rush once more. Uplegger picks it up alongside the left side of his post. Moves on to the near side. Nikolic charges up once more. 360 spin. Puts on the wrister. Stopped by Harvey. Face-off drawn with 7:32 to go in the first. And how about that for Milos Nikolic? Try to go for a 360 move, then the wrist shot. To try and put a little pizzazz on that shot. Doesn't work though for the man with 8 goals, 25 assists on the campaign. Face-off won by Windsor. Nikolic wrist shot cut by Harvey for the face-off. Of course, Nikolic in 32 games, a strong defenseman, was top 6 in fact in total points on the team, top 5 in active players heading into the postseason. Also had a power play goal on the campaign, has also had to sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes so far. Goulin with the face-off. Yetman deflects it away from the net. Nikolic picks it up, watches it's picked up. Niagara with it. Charging forward, Martin. Martin misses the mark. Trying to pass it to Nick Sacco. Moved on back to the Niagara zone. As Harvey waves the puck hello, it will go to the other end. About 3 minutes of real in-time action leads to 30 seconds off the clock with the icing calls and the back and forth plays. 7:03 to go in the first period. Aces still lead 1-0. Once again, the Aces trying to win a draw in their own zone. This time, though, face-off won by Niagara. Puck picked up by Nikolic. Nikolic trying to go for a 3-line pass. Intercepted, trying to get it to Yetman. Intercepted, though, by Cameron Pickersgill on back. Nikolic. On to Prevost. Saucer pass to Cameron. Cameron tries to move it away. Possible hook incoming, yes indeed. And that will be a second tripping call, in fact, on Taylor Beresford. So for the second time tonight, the Whalers are to the penalty box. 2-minute minor for tripping for the second time in the period. This will allow the Aces to have the power play until the 4:39 to go in the first mark. Once again, the Aces 0 for 1 on the power play so far in this matchup. Face-off won by Windsor. Yetman couldn't get the pass away. 2-on-2 chance. Broken up. Hand pass from Lozon as Yetman has to retreat on back. Lost his stick, had to use his glove to try and shuffle the puck away on the clear. How about that? Nikolic gets it off to Cameron Pickersgill meanwhile. Cross the ice to Jake. Jake moved on to Prevost. Prevost gets checked. Taken away by Niagara. They can't clear it out. Yes, they get into the neutral zone, in fact. Here comes Lozon. Lozon 2-on-1 chance. Cross the slot. Uplegger tries to stop it. Scores! And the Niagara Whalers are on the board. Moving across the slot to Bailey Fletcher. It's now 1-1 on the shorthanded goal. In the regular season, for Fletcher, he had just 3 goals for the Whalers in 11 appearances with Niagara, adds on his first goal in the postseason in 2018-19. It's now 1-1. The Whalers in the regular season had just 9 shorthanded goals. They have won in the first game of the postseason run. 5:50 to go. Aces still with 1:08 left on the power play chance. Prevost tries to take it up. Sabotin waits on the right wing. Jake Pickersgill moves on back. Losing the puck as Prevost through the deep. Tries to pass it back to Sabotin. Intercepted by a couple Whalers. Sabotin tries to get it back. Trying to go back and forth alongside the boards with Masterson. Masterson sees it picked up by, once again, Prevost. Prevost tries to deke. Ferreira presses him against the boards. Prevost once more. Pass back. Nicklick from the slot blocked. Martin flips it up. Off the walls it goes for the face-off. Still 37 seconds left on that power play, but the goal tied things up at one apiece on the shorthanded opportunity. The goal coming from Bailey Fletcher across the slot to be able to even things up after the early Windsor Aces goal. The Windsor Aces goal, of course, came earlier on from Ivan Sabotin. Face-off coming up once more inside the Whalers zone. Aces win the draw. Yetman from the draw misses. Water bottle knocked off its moorings. Puck still stays within the Whaler zone. Now cleared on back to the Windsor zone. Mahan tries to break up a rush. Fletcher takes the one. Uplegger stops it. Net comes off its moorings for the face-off. And Uplegger, as he reaches right, pads out, knocked the net off its moorings, trying to stop it with the left. He'll try and knock it back into place as the face-off is drawn. Face-off once again to Uplegger's right. Yetman will face off against Lozon. Draw won by Windsor. Still 18 seconds left on the power play. Just past 5 minutes to go in the first. Yetman can't get the puck. Zappa passes into the zone. Yetman was in the midst of the retreat. Niagara now with it. Windsor setting up now for the 5-on-5 coming up in a moment. Whalers clear it up the ice. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Whalers immediately go for the line change. Windsor inside their own zone. Going able to get it off to Nicklick. Cross the ice to Sabotin. Yetman trying to charge towards the slot. Sabotin on the left wing. Charges the crease. Puts on the shot. Kicked away by Harvey. Still kept in the zone once more at the point. Poked around by Goulin. Goes around the defenders. Wrist shot. Stop. Harvey covers it up for the draw. And making now 0 for 2 on the power play tonight for the Windsor Aces. 0 for 3 combined so far on 3 penalties in this first period, as the Aces will have the draw inside the Whalers zone. Cameron Pickersgill moves to center ice. And now the Whalers, bit crossed up, they nearly faced off with 6 Whalers on the ice. Now they have it sorted out with their line as they are in the midst of changing 2 separate lines. They'll call face-off violation. Sumate to draw. Wins the draw for Niagara. Nicklick can't keep it on sides. Has to retreat back. Rushing behind is Trippy. Moves it back to center ice. Jake Pickersgill trying to pass it to Kasai. Couldn't make it. Gigliotti are at shot blocked. Goulin trying to poke it. Goulin and Gigliotti tied up that time. Picked up once again on the near side. Moved across to the point. Picked up Bastien. Bastien misses the shot. Move back once more to now the left side point. Left up towards the face-off dot on that side. Goulin moves it to the far side. The keep-away game continues with 3:35 to go in the first. Whalers trying to set up an opportunity. Nicklick trying to go for the sliding poke. Picked up, though, along the point once more by Dallas McKee. Picked up now by Windsor. Trying to set up for their own rush. Jake Pickersgill intercepted once more to Kasai by McKee. McKee puts it in the zone. Niagara changing up the line, so is Windsor. Windsor now with a chance to attack. Zachary Hardick tries to deep. Checked off the puck by Ferreira. Picked up once again, the Whalers in their own zone. Passed off the glass. Bounces off Lozon's stick. Nearly hits the lights. James Guest has to retreat back. Able to avoid the checks in front of the penalty boxes. Moved up towards the slot. Blocked on the initial shot. Puck bounces behind the crease. Still bouncing around to the near side corner. Pass back towards the top of the slot block. Uplegger gets the save either way. And a scramble for the puck in the midst of those plays. Amongst that rush was Mitchell Bonolo, along with some of the shots, along with Jamie Lozon, it appears. Face-off with 2:43 to go in the first. You want to keep up with Windsor Aces and in GMHL hockey, be sure to go to WeDigital.ca. Follow us as well on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to keep up with the Windsor Aces in the Greater Metro Hockey League. The Whalers retreat back all the way to their own zone as the Terry Masterson's coach squad tries to set up the next attack. Puck passed up to Ferreira. Mahan tries to move it back out of the zone. Lozon back with it. Back down low, back towards the top. Kicked in by Guest, just on sides. Lozon has it deflected to the roof for the face-off. 2:11 to go in the first period with the deflection. And of course, the Niagara Whalers came into the postseason red hot. A 3-game winning streak to end off the regular season. Also winning, that was 2 in fact winning streaks they had of 3 games. Winning 6 of the final 7 for this postseason. Goulin moves it along. 2 minutes even to go in the first period. Ivan Sabonin with it. Sabonin pass back to Nikolic. Nikolic waits patiently. Yetman waits on the bottom side of your screens. Picked up once more by Nick Sacco. Pass across the ice, moves back to the neutral zone, right to Coy Prevost. Here comes Sabonin on the right wing. Tries to pass it to Prevost, intercepted. Broken up by a couple different Whalers sticks as Nikolic moves it back towards his own blue line. Lined up with him is Goulin on this defensive shift. Coy Prevost has it bounced off his stick, picked up once again by Martin. Just past 90 seconds to go in the first period as Goulin gets it back to Prevost. Goes underneath Yetman's stick. Again, once again, Lozon with it. Moved up the ice, kicked away off the blocker, but from the shot from Sacco. Still along the near side as the puck moved back towards the crease. Goulin takes it away from said crease. 1 minute to go in the first period. Lang Goulin gives it off to Nikolic for the next rush. Joey Zappa has it intercepted amongst the rush. Masterson able to break it up. Lozon's pass broken up. Tried to pass it down low once more. That was to Ferreira. Uplegger covers it up. And we're going to have a fight. Uplegger took a stick to the side of the helmet, it appears. And it looks like the referee's able to break it up quickly before it escalates here. We'll stay 5-on-5 with 45.4 seconds on the clock. The draw will take place once again to his right side, with Cameron Pickersgill facing off against Ferreira. Players wait patiently as Tim Brooks slams the puck to the ground. Face-off won by the Windsor Aces. Cameron shuffles it along, picked up again by Lozon. First Dostnuk breaks up the pass. Flip back towards the sky. Now Ferreira with the quick response. Uplegger trying to look for it. Net knocked off its moorings. Referees letting play continue as the Aces get it. Uplegger puts the net back on its moorings on his side. 20 seconds to go in the first period. Taken back by Lozon once more. Crosses across the blue line. Jake Pickersgill tries to check. Dostnuk tries to check. Yetman tries to move it away. Gets swung around. One more Whaler knocked down. Ferreira with the shot. Blocked it once again. 3 seconds left in the period. One more shot. Put away. Moved away. And that will end a wild first period. 1-1 is your score after 20 minutes of play here on Weed Digital Productions. We'll take a short break. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Greater Metro Hockey League action for the first round of the Self-Division playoffs between the Windsor Aces and the Niagara Whalers. We're tied up at 1 apiece after 20. Welcome back, everyone, to 80 Knox Herman Arena for more coverage of the Greater Metro Hockey League as the Windsor Aces and the Niagara Whalers are tied up at 1 apiece after the first period of play here on Weed Digital Productions. I'm Justin Prince. Welcome back to this first round Self-Division playoff matchup. The goals in that period went to Bailey Fletcher after getting the pass across the slot from Jamie Lozon on the shorthanded opportunity. Dante Comps also recording an assist on the play to crack through Zachary Uplegger. For Ivan Sabonin, he was the first player to crack the board overall tonight, getting an assist from Bryce Yetman on his way to the first postseason goal of the year for the Windsor Aces. The discussion's finishing up, the players ready to heat back up as we're about to start the middle 20 frames. As for now, Cameron Pickersgill will face off against Tanner Ferreira. Wins the draw. The Niagara Whalers with it as we're underway for the second. Whalers starting off in their own zone, trying to move it to the neutral zone. Bounces off of Bailey Fletcher's stick. Mahan to Cameron Pickersgill, misses Yetman. Intercepted once more, this time Jesse Masterson. Back to Ferreira. on the ice for the Niagara Whalers for this shift. Martin Ferreira lined up along with Fletcher, along with Masterson. Rounding up the 5, Lozon. Lozon shuffles it off to Martin. Martin takes it into the Windsor Aces zone. Passed on back Ferreira, across the slot. Whiffing on the one-timer, Fletcher tries to push Mules Nikolic. He intercepts the pass. On the ice for the Aces, Cameron Pickersgill, Jake Pickersgill, Mules Nikolic, Bryce Yetman, Luke Mahan. Yetman loses the puck, moved back towards the neutral zone. Lozon, pass down low, Fletcher intercepted by Nikolic. Nikolic tries to flip it on to Yetman. He picks up the puck either way. Cameron tries to rush up. Yetman on the right wing. Cameron Pickersgill is the trailer. Jake tries to move down low. Line change for the Windsor Aces. Whistle caught on the ice. And that was in the midst of the line change, it appears. And it looks like, yes, indeed, it's too many men on the ice. The Windsor Aces were in the middle of a line change, changing from the first line to, I believe, the third line. And they're going to put Prstoshnik in the box for too many men on the ice, 2-minute minor. 18:49 to go in the second, just past a minute into the period. Both teams are combined 0 for 3 on power play so far tonight. The penalty so far going to Milos Nikolic, Taylor Beresford, along with James Guest tonight. A correction on the James Guest penalty. They ended up calling him for a glove puck cover. Was the official co-ruling at the scorer's table for that initial penalty. Either way, Whalers look to try and get on the board. They do have the shorthanded goal for when the Windsor Aces had the power play, the last. They try and move it into the Aces zone. Moved along now, Brandon Trippy. Trippy sees it shuffled along the boards. Nick Sacco going back to the neutral zone once more. Dante Kops. Whalers forced to retreat back. 30 seconds into the power play. Approaching 2 minutes into the period. Moving up with it for Lat. Lat trying to pass it in a sandwich to Trippy. Trippy passes it along the boards to Sacco. Sacco shuffled back to Guest. Back to Sacco. Sacco wrister off the top of the padding of Uplegger. Move back towards the slot, poking around. Uplegger tries to search for it, covers it up with the post. He'll get the draw with 1:07 left on the power play. The shots on goal in that first period, 16 for the Windsor Aces. And the man you see here had to face 21 of them. Some of them scrambling with the butterfly stops. Allowed the one goal, of course, on the shorthanded opportunity across the slot from the activity we've seen from Jamie Lozon, who has been very active on and off the stat sheet so far. Puck cleared away by the Windsor Aces after the one draw. Harvey hands the puck off. Martin tries to wait behind the net, moves it on forward now. Takes it across the blue line, passed up across center ice. Fletcher has to circle back. Lozon! Kicked away by Uplegger on the deflected shot. Second chance now for Ferreira. Misses the right corner pocket. Move back along the far side boards. Masterson. Picked up Ferreira. Back to the point, Martin. Martin can't get the screen. With it, Fletcher! Cut! Face-off drawn by Uplegger on the glove save. 28 seconds still left in the period with 17-17 to go in the second. Just about 30 minutes into the second period once more as Uplegger watches as Jake Pickersgill wins the draw in his own zone. Mahan clears it out of the zone. Aces finish up their line change. Bryce Yetman amongst the players coming off. Picked up behind the crease once again by the Whalers. Moved along by Ferreira. For a cross-ice Martin. Martin tries to rush towards the shot. Kicked away Uplegger. Second chance misses the net. Ferreira picks it back up behind the net. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as Ferreira gets sandwiched against the boards. Fletcher stays on sides, loses his footing as the Aces intercept it. Fletcher gets back up and gets it back. Gets intercepted on back by Sean Gagnon. Jake Pickersgill tries to pass it across the ice to Prstoshnik. Finally able to pass it along the boards. Sets up a chance. 2-on-2 opportunity with Gagnon. Prstoshnik shot. Stopped by Harvey for the face-off. And the whistle called just after the shot. And the puck, rather, moved to the far side corner as the net went off its moorings once more here at Knox Arena. Face-off will take place once more inside the Aces zone. Coy Prevost We'll see as the Whalers take a few seconds to try and get their line together. They've decided to go with Mason Shoemate as the draw man for their side. Face-off won by the Whalers. Whalers have it poked away from the face-off dot. They take it up towards the Aces zone. Picked up though by Sabonin. Passed on back to Prevost. Sandwiches it away. Kasai moves towards the slot. Passed across to Sabonin. Misses the crease. Sabonin had an open crease. Missed it above the net. Mahan with the huge check. 4 different players sandwiched around to the far side corner. Mahan tries to pass it along. Moved instead by Bastien. Niagara still trying to get the pressure out of their own zone. They pick it up. 2-on-3 opportunity. Moving up the left side. Shoemate. Shoemate passes it across. Rolls its way along the glass. Picked up back along center ice once more. Dallas McKee. McKee moves it back to the Aces zone. Aces with it once more. Kasai gets the pass. 15:40 to go in the second. Kasai drags the toe. Kasai wrist shot. Stopped by the chest of Harvey. And Fuma Kasai, another player the Aces picked up through the campaign, gets stopped on the shot. In the regular season for Fuma Kasai, he played in 10 games for Windsor. Had 6 goals, 9 assists for 15 total points. Of course, previously played for the London Lakers before joining the Windsor Aces on the season. Face-off won by Niagara in their own zone once more. Moved up by the Whalers on the rush. Nick Sacco on the right wing, moved across towards the slot, missing the intended target. Bounce back to James Guest behind the net. Picked up by Bryce Yetman. Yetman bounces off the skate of Sacco back to the Aces zone. Couple players shoving, couple players wanting whistles. The coaching staff of the Whalers trying to call for adjustments as Uplager watches the shot miss the mark. They're pointing towards Harvey's side of the ice line change in pursuit. 2 players collide from the Whalers. Aces now in the rush. Jake Pickers, lane, goal and flips it up into the zone. And some confusion, it appears. They were pointing towards Harvey's side. The coaching staff was from Niagara, calling for something on that side. Perlat flips it into the zone for the line change. It looks like they wanted to get a line change or something along those marks, as now Zachary Hardig gets it. Leapt up towards Harvey, intercepted. Picked up once more Fletcher. Moved on to Ferreira. Ferreira along Prestosnuk. Quick shot, scores! Tanner Ferreira adds his first goal of the postseason and his first point of the night. It's now 2-1 for the Whalers. And able to get the puck in just the right spot. Going from Uplager's right to his left and getting it in the only open spot at the right time between the pads and the post to make it 2-1. In the regular season, Ferreira was third on the team in scoring with 21 points, 28 assists. This is the first time in the postseason he's got it on the board for 2018-19. Whalers win the draw after the quick goal. 14-10 to go in the second. Gigliotti misses the shot from the point as Hardig gets it. Hardig moves it back to the neutral zone. With it, Martin. Martin around Gagnon. Deeks his way around Nicklick. Nicklick able to still poke it. Gigliotti runs it to Gagnon. Gagnon tries to swing back. Still picked up by Niagara once more. Dylan Angelo moves it back to Gigliotti. Gigliotti trapped. Along the near side boards, picked up by Zappa. Hardig tries to lead a charge. Martin checks him off the puck. Just enough to lose it. Gagnon tries to get it back. Move back towards the blue line. Across center ice it goes. Once again, Fletcher. Pardon me, Shoemate. Sees it picked up Windsor. Bounces off a few aces. Icing waved off. Whalers pick it up in their own zone. Approaching 7 minutes into the second period. Trying to pass to Mahan. Scores! Luke Mahan with the wrist shot from the top of the slot. Ties things up at 2. And Luke Mahan, with a rich history in the family and the OHL level, had just 3 goals and 12 assists in the regular season as the enforcer on the first line defense spot for the Windsor Aces. He adds in a goal in the postseason. We're tied up at 2, just a minute apart between the 2 goals. Windsor wins the draw. Mahan puts it in, scores! Luke Mahan, 2 goals in 5 seconds. How about that? This time he gets it from the blue line, tossing it into the zone. It's now 3-2. Well, that's a way to just about beat your regular season total in the postseason. The official distance between the 2 goals, 7 seconds for Luke Mahan. How about that? Bryce Yetman wins the draw. What was a 1-goal deficit just a few moments ago has turned to a 1-goal lead for Windsor. Saborden has it poked away by Shoemate. Moved on back towards the other side. Rolls back to the neutral zone. Nicolak tries to pass it along. Guest gets it instead. Ferreira gets the pass. Ferreira tries to deke around Mahan. Circles on back. Surrounded by Yetman and Mahan. Moved on back to Guest. 12:30 to go in the second period. Pass back to the point. Setting up the wrist shot. Cops. Blocked away. Here comes Bryce Yetman off the ice. Sliding poke check broken up by Lozon. And it's raining pucks on that side of the ice to the bench. Brian Payne putting up his hands, wondering where that puck would drop. But if you just blinked for the past 2 minutes, you missed a lot. 3 goals scored, combined from both sides. 2 of them in 7 seconds for Luke Mahan. 3-2 is your score for the Windsor Aces with just about 8 minutes into the second period. 12:15 to go overall. Whalers pass it off the boards. Tied up as Sacco as he moves it on back to Uplegger. Uplegger tries to whip it, intercepted on the pass. Missing the shot though on the opportunity for Latt. Picked up once again Yetman. Moves it up center ice. Tries to go to the right. Yetman, quick shot, covered up for the face-off. And of course, one of the main storylines we haven't gotten to touch upon tonight has been Bryce Yetman. Of course, putting up the shot has had a quiet night tonight on the stop by Harvey. But as Yetman goes to the bench, he made history in 2018-19, setting the league record in goals and points in a season. Able to record 81 goals, along with a grand total of 153 points. Dmitry Saludin also had 70 goals. Here comes Niagara, though, trying to add a third for their side for the night. Pass to Sacco, deflected off a Kasai skate. Move back to Berstoshnuk. Kasai gets the pass. Can't keep the puck. Verlat moves it back towards Sacco. Berstoshnuk gets wedged against the boards once more. Interception on the pass from Cameron Pickersgill. Martin, wrist shot just above the post. Move back again to Sacco. Sacco tries to pass it back. Cameron Pickersgill intercepts it to Kasai. Kasai intercepted again to Martin. Martin, wrist shot blocked. Deflected down to Jake Pickersgill to the far side boards. He tries to avoid the check, misses Cameron on the pass. Sacco moves it back in the zone 9 minutes into the second period. With it now, the Aces. Jake poked away by Lozon once more. Moving around with it, Goulin. Kasai looks up the ice. Dekes around on the left. Fakes the slapper. Pass back to Cameron. Rebound, check, scores! Jake Pickersgill. And the Pickersgill brothers strike once more. It's now 4-2 Windsor. For Jake Pickersgill, that is goal 23 overall. Had 22 in the regular season. 26 assists. And all of a sudden, in the span of about 5 minutes, we went from a 1-1 game to a 4-2 Windsor Aces lead. Of course, for those that missed the previous goals, you had them pile up. Ferreira with a goal. And a whistle called on another chance for Ferreira. Then on top of that, you had the goal blitz come from the defenseman, mind you, of Luke Mahan. 2 goals in 7 seconds. Then you had Jake Pickersgill just get the rebound from his brother Cameron to give the Windsor Aces a 2-goal lead. Nicolak drawing traffic after the Aces one draw. The traffic misses the pass on Hardick. Taken in the zone by Gagnon. Grabbed from behind. Picked up by the Whalers. One Whaler slides out of the picture. Zappa gets it on the far side towards the slot. Harvey having to bounce around as he got shoved by a teammate. Ferreira with it once more. Deaking, Fletcher, pass down to the slot, poked around. Back to the near side once more. Ferreira trying to trap. Gagnon gets the puck. Moved up once more, Zappa. Zappa checked by Lozon, able to shove it off. Intercepted O'Gagnon on the pass. Ace is trying to go for the line change. Bryce Shipman back on the ice. Ferreira brings it back into the Windsor zone. Whalers now in the midst of their line change. Goes back into the Whalers zone as they call for icing. They get it. 9:37 to go in the second. And really the first chance these teams have had to breathe in about 30 seconds, give or take, in what has been an octane-filled game so far. Again, Luke Mahan, the story and player of the night so far. 2 goals in 7 seconds, one of them from the blue line, mind you. After the faceoff, he'll watch as Gigliani has it deflected away. Gigliani open in the slot, had it deflected from behind. Once again, here comes Niagara. Shoemate caught from behind, moves to the point. Guest tries to move to the slot. Pass to Guest, bounces off the boards. Off the post goes the pass as Mahan tries to clear it. Passed up to Hardig, misses Hardig. They wave off the icing as they'll be picked up in the corner by Kops. Kops moves it on up. Misses Gigliani to Guest instead. 9 minutes to go in the period. Uplager with the first stop. Tries to look for the second. Jake Guest tries to get the puck back, gets it. Pass moved on to Bursford. Bursford moved on back. Shoemate deeks around from the bottom of the slot. Rebound chance! Bouncing around. Uplager tries to search for it. Moved away by Zappa. Pass still goes behind the net. Uplager to finally gets an eye on it. Bryce Shipman gets the pass to Coy Prevost. Coy Prevost has Yetman down low. Prevost avoids the check. Tries to pass it across to Joey Zappa as he gets it off the boards. Pass bounces around in the slot on the interception. 3 different Whalers in the zone. Martin takes it in Windsor zone across the blue line. Blocked on the shot from Goulin. Shoemate's second shot misses the mark. Third chance picked alongside the boards. Intercepted by Goulin trying to pass back to the slot. 8 minutes to go as you see in the top right corner of your screens. Sabonin tries to deep. Yetman across, intercepted once more. Now taken by Trippy. Trippy bounced off the boards, back behind the crease. Goulin swings it back to Prevost. Still kept onside Sacco. Windsor takes it offsides. Prevost deflected up off the blocker by Harvey for the faceoff. 7:39 to go, of course. Coy Prevost missing time here and there, of course, this year. 11 games in the regular season. Picked up in the early months of the season, but was very active in terms of the scoring when he played. 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points. He'll be a part of this play as Harvey gets it covered up and go back to the draw circle for the draw. And as everyone draws circles within the circle, within more circles, Prevost will now draw and go for the draw once more. And that goop, it's picked up by Windsor on the one draw. First, Doshnuk loses the puck from the poke. Martin swings it off the glass, misses the bench and the mesh as it goes back to Windsor zone as Uplager says hello to the puck. Another icing call on the play as we'll go the other direction. Of course, the season series between these two teams, you have to remember, players like Lane Goulin in terms of the defense in points got opportunities in those said matchups. 4-0 was the series victory for the Aces over the Whalers this season. Whalers trying to get their first win since the postseason last year. Martin couldn't keep the puck on that rush. Sabonin takes his own rush towards the slot, stopped by the diving toe of Harvey. Martin tries to check Sabonin to the corner. Niagara still trying to get it out of their own for near side corner. Goulin keeps it in the zone. Move back to Goulin to center ice. 6:50 to go in the second. Prevost has Sabonin on the right side. Deeks to the left. Prevost, corner pocket, scores! And there's the active offense from Coy Prevost. had 12 goals in the regular season, has his first of the postseason. And the rout is on. Windsor has now scored 4 unanswered points. The frustration in the backdrop from Braden Trippy. The Niagara Whalers trying to take back control after starting the period with the first goal of said period. With about 5 minutes in, they win the draw, trail 5-2, 6:35 to go in the second. Lozon tries to deke around Mahan meanwhile. Passed on down low. Ferreira has it poked away. Windsor tries to charge up. Cameron Pickers go to Kasai. Kasai looks back to Jake. Jake tries to pass back. Kasai is down at center ice. And a delayed penalty coming up. This is going to go against Niagara high stick. And Kasai is down on the ice. Fuma Kasai down, has taken some hard hits since joining the Aces, mind you. Being helped up off the ice. Trainer coming onto the ice as well. Mahan and Cameron Pickers go helping him off. Yetman trying to peel for more, as you see in the top right corner. Kasai waves off the training staff, and he's back up on his skates. Niagara does have a player in the penalty box for a 2-minute minor is the official call for the high stick. So the Aces back on the power play. They're still looking for their first power play goal of the night for the 5-on-4 chance. Face-off won by Niagara. Guest can't clear it. Nicola gets it. Wrist shot. Breaks his stick in half. Jake gets it to Cameron. Intercepted on the pass back to Jake. Niagara not going to clear it. Trying to go for the shorthand rush. Instead, Yetman gets it. Prevost from center ice avoids some of the shrapnel to Cameron. Cameron tries to deke from the dot. Cameron tripped up from behind. This is going to be potentially 5-on-3. No whistle, no on the play, no delayed call on the play as the Whalers have the chance. Still looking for a stick as Fletcher. Rushing up is Ferreira. Pass across. Taken away by Yetman. Yetman has the chance now with a 3-on-3 off the ice. Yetman from the right dot across to Jake. One more Whaler flies. That is once again Fletcher flying through the air. Move back to the point, Prevost. Prevost top of the slot, misses. Jake gets the rebound. 1:03 to go on the power play in a wild second. Shot blocked once more. Prevost trying to go for the slapper. Cleared away by Niagara to Uplegger. 55 seconds left in the power play. 5:07 to go in the second. Still multiple sticks on the ice, on both ends of the ice when you look at it. As the Whalers go on the shorthand rush. Here comes Sacco. Cross it, miss it across. Trippy, the intended player for the pass. Sacco gets it back. Tries to find Trippy. Again goes to Martin instead. Has to retreat to Masterson. Masterson clears away. Uplegger has a rush off the post. Trippy this time having to deal with it. 20 seconds left on the power play. 2 more Whalers collide once more. The sticks start baiting for the Windsor side of the bench. Prevost tries to circle around. Move back up to Yetman. Taken now by Hardig. To Yetman. Yetman to Cameron. Cameron misses the whiff. Nicklick has it blocked. Cameron tries to circle back. Nicklick rather. Whistle called. Yetman shoved down. And we got a shoving match between Harvey and Yetman. And now we got a fight as 2 different players get grabbed. Hardig trying to keep Martin away, shoving down low, and fists are starting to be grabbed. Harvey trying to grab Prevost's fist. And now we do have fists flying as Prevost amongst the fists flying. Hardig getting pulled, Nicklick rather pulled from behind. Niagara trying to break things up. Windsor trying to break up the Niagara players. That was Trippy amongst the players coming in there, as both teams had to be broken up with 4:15 to go in the period. Mind you, there are now 2 different sticks that are left on the ice after everything, as the penalty doors will open up on the Windsor side of the penalty boxes. They'll open, in fact, both sides up as open stage door B. And it looks like we're going to see a few different players to the penalty boxes. It will be Braden Trippy for the fist flying to one box. It will be Milos Nicklick to the other box. as Yetman tries to get the clarification as the captain for the Windsor Aces. 2-minute minors, offset penalties given. And we'll see if we're given 5-on-5 or 4-on-4. As you see, Nikolic get some water. This is the second time tonight he's been put in the box. Once again, your officials, Ken Wilson, Dave Fiddick, Tim Brooks, discussing things at the scorers table for how they will rule things here. Martin also getting the clarification, as they'll both have the discussion with the referees. Again, 4:15 to go in the second period, and what has been a wild second period. That, as we've discussed a few times in said period, as the blow horns blow, the air horns blow, as Uplegger and Harvey wait on the respective sides of the ice. As both teams get their marching orders from the officials, in what has become a very chippy second period, to say the least. Both of them getting the clarifications once more before they start off this what appears to be potentially 4-on-4, if not 5-on-5. Again, 4 players on the end, the Whalers side of the ice at the moment, with Yetman and Martin still getting the discussions together. Of course, this is a best-of-3 series for those that are wondering at home on how this playoff series will work for 2018-19. Tomorrow, both teams have to rush their way down the 401, then down, I believe it's the 400, correct me if I'm wrong, apologies, to Port Colborne, Ontario. Board the puck drop will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time between these two teams. Then, afterwards, it will be back to Windsor, if needed, to take on the Whalers once more. On February the 26th at 2:30 p.m., an afternoon game on a Tuesday. As now they're going to give some information, it appears, to Nikolic. That is also to Bill Chapman. They're going to put Yetman in the box with them. So they have given Bryce Yetman a penalty as well. A 5-minute major on the board, a 2-minute minor as well for Niagara's side. And remember, Harvey was throwing some punches, holding back punches. And they're getting that clarification now to head coach Terry Masterson, it appears. They're going to write it down on their pads as well to figure out what to do in this situation with this stoppage. A confusing sequence here as we stick with you here on Weed Ginger Productions. Coaching staff for the Niagara Whalers, Terry Masterson, Ray Rebazzolo, Matt Shoemate. And it looks like they might want to send Jamie Lozon to the box. Or at least Lozon is trying to find out what's going on here. We're going to take a quick stoppage here as the Aces fill up the box and shut their doors. And the Whalers move their own players to said boxes to bring Lozon back in with them. You're watching Weed Digital Productions. We'll be back in just a split second as things get sorted out. Welcome back, everyone, to Enoch's Harmon Arena as we are back underway. Here's how the penalties work as the clock is not moving. Still 4:15 in the second. Both teams playing. Everyone's shouting at the clocks as they finally roll with 5 seconds ticking off the clock. 2 players from each side make it 3 for the Whalers, 2 for the Aces are in the penalty boxes at the moment. The Aces have a 5-minute major on their side, 2 2-minute minors for the Whalers, 1 for the Aces on their board. And don't forget, Harvey also getting a penalty for their side. That in turn means we got a 3-on-3 matchup on the ice. James Guest has the shot covered up as the faceoff's drawn with 3:46 to go on the clock for the time being. Remember, though, 5 seconds did tick off the clock after the faceoff in this 5-2 game. For those confused, there are more penalties after that on the clock. That's seen Lozon go to the penalty box. Of course, as you see, just 2 penalties can fit on said board. 3-on-3 is the play at the moment. Taken up now by Sabonin after the one draw. Caught up with Martin, and tied up with Ferreira as he moves back. For this shift, Sabonin, Prevost, Gulen. Martin lined up for the Niagara Whalers with Masterson. Also lined up as well what appears to be Ferreira. Martin gets it. Takes it up. Down low goes Masterson. Tries to dive to get the pass. Can't get it. Golan gets it back. 1 minute on the clock for the Miners as Sabonin takes it across the ice. Stopped by Harvey for the faceoff. And a great stop that time from Harvey, sliding across the crease. Still 3:08 to go in this second period. My goodness. The last time these two teams met, it was Mark Knight on the call, mind you, when the Windsor Aces and Niagara Whalers took on each other here at Enoch Storm Arena. 11-8 was that score. The shots were flying in that matchup, and in that matchup, much more cooler in terms of penalties. However, there were 2 unsportsmanlike conducts in a second period. The puck's deflected up to the mesh by Harvey, as we'll have an air draw. Those were by Blake Hembroff and Joey Zappa for unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in that second period in that said matchup. Bryce Martin also was given his unsportsmanlike conduct in the matchup as well in the loss, as well as Austin Friesen, who is a scratch tonight as Jake Pickersgill gets a check. Delayed penalty coming up. This is moved back to the Windsor zone. Icing waived is in fact called. And now, with 25 seconds still in the Miners, mind you, for the penalties, this will be what appears to be a hook, or at least a trip call, on Jake Pickersgill. So join the party, Jake. He'll sit with Bryce Yetman and Milos Nikolic in the penalty box. Lozon changing up some gloves. And now, we're in the situation where these penalties are going to have to tick off the clock and be subbed off as soon as they finish up for to add to everything. Again, 2 penalties are the max that can fit on the Enoch Sherman Arena scoreboard. 2:40 to go in the second period. And we got 3 penalties each side now on 3-on-3 action, as you see on your scoreboard. We'll see how they try and play this. As you see on the right side of your screen is the Windsor Aces penalties. With 25 seconds left on the Miners, they do have those dots that do say there is a third penalty that is waiting to be put up in one of those slots once the other penalties expire. With the Coy Prevost on the shift, as well as Luke Mahan, also along with the Cameron Pickersgill as he gets it poked away. Martin stays on the ice. Sacco now on the ice. Still lined up on the ice, as well as Masterson. Martin tries to zoom up the right wing. Tries to put up the shot. Uplegger comes it up for the draw. Prevost throws a swing. And now, as one penalty comes off the board, 2 different Whalers come out of the box. And now one more set being told, go back to the box. Prevost given a penalty as well now for Windsor. So 2 players still stay in the box for Windsor. 2-minute minor put up on the board. 3-second difference between the 2 penalties between Prevost and the one just seen a few moments ago. And both coaching staffs just sitting there saying, just sitting there befuddled in this matchup at this point, pardon me. 1:55 left on the minor for Niagara. 2:50 to go on a major penalty. That in turn means we're still 3-on-3 on the ice. Whalers with the puck. Dante Kops taking it this time. Kops. Pass to low. Uplegger squeezes the pads. Down low on the rush that time was Bailey Fletcher. James Guest also lined up for this 3-man shift. They'll put Fletcher in at center. Yetman, Cameron Pickersgill lined up with Nikolic for Windsor's side as Guest gets it. Faceoff was won by Windsor. Niagara setting up for the slot, misses. Pass to Dante Kops as it rolls all the way back to Harvey. Harvey tries to pass it. Yetman tries to knock it down. Picked up at center ice. Here comes Fletcher. Up the right wing, surrounded by 2 players, trying to get a rebound. Uplegger gets collided as the puck moves back to the point. Kops. Back again. Back to Kops. From the right faceoff dot across the slot. Uplegger kicks it away. Got it with the right side toe. Minute left on the Miners. Minute 1 to go on Prevost's penalty. Whistle caught on the ice. And it looks like we're going back the other direction as the Aces are left befuddled again. Icing called on the ice is the official call, it appears. As now we'll go back the other direction. Minute 9 to go in the second period. Cameron Pickersgill stays on the ice for Windsor. He loses the draw this time. Ferreira back to Martin. Martin back to Ferreira. Ferreira trying to dance around with the back to Martin from the right side point. Trying to cross it to the slot, intercepted. Here comes Bryce Yetman. 1-on-1 chance, a dangerous shooter. Puts it the wrister, kicked away by Harvey. Puck rolls its way back to Nikolic in the neutral zone. Back to Yetman at the blue line. Taken back on sides to Cameron. Cameron tries to deke towards the slot. Works his way around, loads on. Stopped by Harvey with the drag toe. Ferreira picks it up. Under 30 seconds to go in the second. Ferreira tries to take it up. Misses on the shot from the right side. Martin tries to work his way back. Cameron Pickersgill trying to charge. Joey Zappa rather tries to swing. Martin tries to avoid multiple poke checks from behind. Tries to take it up. 56 seconds left on one more penalty for Niagara. Whistle called. Offsides called. And shouting from both sides of the rink as Prevost has words with Lozon. And the referees are quickly breaking up the soft touch words. So we'll have another face-off. Face-off goes back to the neutral zone with 6.3 seconds left. And for those confused at home, there's just 51 seconds left on one more Niagara penalty. Windsor is now having the man advantage. 5-on-4 is appearing to be the play. Yes, indeed it is. With the power play for the next 51 seconds. Unless they score a similar shot compared to Mahan, this appears to be going across into the third period. Subordin trying to change that. Wrist shot, stop from Yetman. 1.2 seconds left in the second. 46 seconds left on that power play as the Aces will need to have a shot right from the draw for a chance to get it in the net with this much time. Niagara wins the draw and ends off the middle frame. After 2 periods of play, the Aces lead 5-2. And what turned from an energetic middle portion of the period to a chippy later portion. We'll take a quick break. You're watching We Digital Productions from Windsor, Ontario. Welcome back, everyone, to 80 Knox Terminal Arena for more coverage of the Greater Metro Hockey League as the Windsor Aces lead 5-2 in the first round of the South Division quarterfinals over the Niagara Whalers. I'm Justin Prince. Welcome back to We Digital Productions' coverage here from the Road City. It was a wild second period, to say the least. 4 consecutive goals for the Aces after allowing the first goal of the period shorthanded. They'll be on the power play to start off the third period. Those goals coming for the Windsor Aces side from Jake Pickersgill. 2 from Luke Mahan. 7 seconds apart, mind you. As well as an additional goal added by Corey Prevost to round out the scoring blitz. The shorthanded goal was added by Tanner Ferreira in that second period. That started off a wild sequence of events that finished up for the final 5 minutes of the period for those that were following along throughout the action. Face-off won by Windsor. We're underway for the final 20 minutes of regulation. Harvey shuffles it along. Flipped up by Bryce Martin. Able to find Bailey Fletcher, call it offsides. We'll have the face-off back in the neutral zone. Shots on goal in the second period, 16 apiece for both sides. The player still in the box at the moment is Trevor Pikes, who will be serving the penalty for the next 31 seconds for the Windsor Aces power play. Mind you, there has not been a single power play goal the entire night. Just the one shorthanded goal for the special teams units. Chance for a second one. Wrist shot deflected away from behind. Trying to go from his knees on the second chance. Martin misses the third. That second chance that time missed from Fletcher. Uplegger able to get some luck from his teammates after feeling the pressure on that opportunity. 12 seconds left on that power play for the Windsor Aces. 19:27 to go in this third period. To the face-off dot this time, it's going to be Joey Zappa facing off against Bailey Fletcher once more. Fuma Kasai rounding out the 5 players now in line for the power play as he comes onto the ice. As they call for the face-off violation and move Kasai to the center spot. Now they shuffle instead Sean Kenyon to the center spot. The musical chairs at centers leads the Whalers face-off, missing the shot from the point. Puck moved out of the zone by Joey Zappa. Picked up by Przdoshnuk. Przdoshnuk loses his helmet. Immediately draws the whistle. And Eric Przdoshnuk losing his helmet on the check alongside the boards. Back to 5-on-5 hockey just 50 seconds into the third period. And of course, for safety reasons, having to blow the dead whistle. Of course, Przdoshnuk, one of the new players for the Aces, added before the transaction deadline last month. Joey Zappa wins the draw. Przdoshnuk gets the puck. He's lined up with Gulen for the shift along with Kasai. Down to 5 is Sean Gagnon. Joey Zappa tries to deke around, loses the puck and poked away. Jesse Masterson able to help poke it away. Taken now up the wing, this time by Dallas McKee. McKee flips it up. Uplegger says hello as he'll get a friendly snow shower. Niagara going to change up the lines once more after the Uplegger save. 18:50 to go in regulation. What's the players with assists tonight is the man you see circling around from the left side of your screen towards center, all the way back to the right side. Len Gulen, 1 assist so far tonight. He's one of the top point producers with 21 assists in the regular season. He'll try and shuffle on to Koi Prevost as he flips it up to the sky. Ivan Sabonin trying to set up a rush. Dante Kopp's trying to cut off the rush. Pressed against the boards, able to get it off to Sacco. Nick Sacco takes it up the left wing across center ice. Across the blue line into the Aces zone, puts up the quick shot. Uplegger struck with the glove. And Uplegger will toss it off to Tim Brooks for the face-off once more to his right. Again, the pressure continues to fall here at Enoch Sherman Arena. Quick discussion between officials as Bryce Yetman's back onto the ice as he'll move to the center spot to take on Ferrero. Wins the draw, loses it in fact to Niagara. Trying to shuffle towards a break. With it Przdoshnuk. Przdoshnuk sees it shuffle on the boards, trying to go back towards the outside. Koi Prevost. Koi Prevost on the far side finds Yetman. Yetman avoids James Guest's stick. Prevost tries to set it for the one-timer, has to try and pass it off instead. Now be able to avoid the check from Lozon. Prevost tries to check it away. Chance up the ice now for the Whalers. 2-on-1 to Guest, can't handle the pass. Moved across once more, stopped by Uplegger. Getting a sliding poke to break it up as well with Sabonin. Whistle caught on the ice. And again, the net off its moorings, it appears. Just a wiggle off the touch. But the dead play called, it'll be another face-off drawn just past 2 minutes into the second. Nickwick will move on behind. Mahan will also play the defenseman spots. Second straight face-off won by the Whalers as it's deflected to the mesh. That time Guest on the shot from the point. James Guest amongst the penalties given in this game so far tonight. Amongst the other players with points tonight, Dante Kopp's with 2 assists, 1 for Jamie Lozon for the Whalers. Cameron Pickersgill has an assist, Bryce Yetman 1, Eric Przdoshnuk 1, Ivan Sabonin 1 along with his goal. Of course, Mahan with his 2 goals, Jake with 1 goal, Kasai with an assist. Quick shot off the draw, blocked again and stopped by Uplegger. Cross ice pass to Sabonin, misses the mark meanwhile, as Harvey says hello to the puck. He'll wave it goodbye as it goes back to the Windsor side once more. And so far, 3 straight draws won by the Niagara Whalers. We'll see how they change things up here to try and get towards a good opportunity. They'll move it to the right side of Uplegger for this draw, as they'll try and move it to where Yetman is going to draw off against it. Looks like Fletcher, yes indeed. Yetman last time on this side of the ice tried to charge the puck. This time wins the draw, taking it conservative. Pass to Mahan, misses Mahan. Ferreira flips it up to Lozon, picked up by Nickwick behind the net. Nickwick tries to pass it to Prevost off his stick. Guest gets it. Prevost tries to go for the poke. Open crease, Uplegger able to stop it. Net off its moorings, they let play continue. Chance for Sabonin on the right wing. Back to Yetman. Across down low, stopped by Harvey. Second chance, stop once more. able to get the glove stop as he gets a round of applause. Ivan Sabonin with the chance on the second chance rebound. And Sabonin, remember, had the first goal of the game. As he'll go off for the line change, has been quite better than the one assist since then. Windsor Aces with the puck after the one draw here on the pit. 3 minutes into the third period, 5-2 your score for the Windsor Aces over the Niagara Whalers. Milos Nikolic from the point, caught by Harvey once more. The Aces have scored 4 consecutive goals since the middle portions of the second, and that's how we've gotten to this 5-2 score. That was from the 14 minutes to go in the second mark. Face-off won by the Whalers this time. It's won by Mason Shoemate. Shoemate tripped up by Nikolic. Nikolic gets back up, touches the puck, and that's going to be a third penalty against Milos Nikolic tonight. It was going to be called for the obvious trip on the rush up the ice on Shoemate. 16:45 to go in the third, and the Whalers with another power play chance coming up. No, wait. They have not called the penalty. They say offsides. How in the world? Niagara wins the draw. We stay 5-on-5. Nikolic stays on the ice. Apologies for the fans at home. Delayed icing is in fact called. And Nikolic, after the trip, stays on and is able to get away from a potential third penalty. Bastian skates on towards the left side point for the draw for the Whalers side. Aces win the face-off. Harding tries to shuffle it along. Back to Jake. Cameron waits on the right side wing. Down low to Jake. Way off the mark. Kicked away by Harvey instead. Jake tries to circle. Harding off of Cameron. Couldn't get a shot. It's back in the stick of McKee. Key works his way through a couple defenders. Moves his way towards the far near side boards. McKee circles back. Pass back down low. Intercepted on the pass once more by Mahan this time. Two-line pass gets to Jake. Jake misses the check from McKee. Just past 4 minutes into the third period. As Pickersgill has it floated up to Golan. Line change pursues for the Whalers. Jake Pickersgill pass back to Cameron once more. Jake waits at the point. Cameron tosses it to the slot. Whalers tosses it back out. Wide open chance for the breakaway. Lozon, wrist shot. Knocked away by the blocker of Uplegger. Lozon nearly pressed against the boards. Once again moved on back to the point. Masterson shot blocked. Second chance, Lozon scores! Lozon getting a deflection down low out to the shot as the arms go up from Fletcher. Either way, it's now 5-3 as the Bluebirds come out. Lozon will lead the train. He has been an active player all night, had an assist, has been acted off the stat sheet all night as well. Has been up there in the most commonly used name tonight and how many touches he's had on different plays, on checks. And now helps with the goal scoring once more. 2-goal deficit to the Aces, 5-3 your score. Quarter way through the period, Aces called for the icing. With 15:05 to go in the third period, the Whalers get their first goal since the early stages of the second period. That breaks a 4-goal straight spree by the Windsor Aces. Yetman will go back to the draw once more to take on Fletcher. Quick shot from the draw. Flepped up to the ceiling. And they'll say high stick indeed. Yeah, in fact, yes. Uplegger was actually searching to the sky for that puck. They are, in fact, signaling for the question of where did it touch. It was high sticking from the ceiling. If that can happen, yes. Of course, that is out of play technically. As now the Aces win the draw. Sabonin with it. Sabonin with the dekes. Sabonin to the crease, poked away by Harvey. Sabonin rocked off his skates by Lozon. Pass back down low. Mahan gets the pass meanwhile. Nikolic from the slot misses. Prevost second chance kicked away again by Harvey. Pereira flips it up for the pass towards Lozon. Goes by Lozon to Mahan. Yetman gets it back. 14:30 to go in the third. 5-3 your score for the Windsor Aces in game one of the GMHL South Division quarterfinals for the first round. Stopped. Mahan picks it up, kicked away once more. Open crease, Harvey dives on it, stops it. Kai Prevost robbed by Harvey, diving on top of the puck in the open crease. And one of the plays of the year coming from Will Harvey. Open space for Kai Prevost. Harvey dives from the far side of the crease on top of the puck. Gigliani comes back on after being off the ice for a fairly decent time as he avoids a check. Mahan moves it back to neutral zone. Zappa circles back to his own zone to Nikolic. Windsor with the puck just past 6 minutes into the period. Kasai gets it on the far side boards. Gigliani presses him down low. Gagnon trying to get the pass, couldn't get it after the deflection. Mahan has to retreat backwards meanwhile as it's picked up once more by Cops. Cops looking to police a run together. Takes it across center ice. Nearly hits Shoemate's skates. Goes over the left side dot. Moved on around by Mahan. Tries to pass it to the slot. Quick shot. Second chance. Knocks the net off its Mornings once more. And another whistle called with the net coming off on the right post. And we'll have another draw on the active play. That time knocked loose by a Niagara Whaler stick, it appears. 13:24 on the clock for regulation. The draw will take place again to the right side. Again to the dunk will be Trippy. He'll take on his number 19 counterpart in Zappa. Aces win this draw. Niagara comes up with it. Sacco poked away twice by Mahan. Sacco gets checked by Mahan as it goes off up Lager's side of the crease. Aces get it back to the neutral zone. Taken in by Trippy once more. Flipped on by Nikolic. Mahan avoids one poke from McKee. Pardon me, for Lat. Moved on back to the point, to the far side point. Rich shot, stop. Uplager getting some blocks as well. Couple players shoving down low. Whalers trying to move back towards that direction. They have to go back towards Harvey's end. Kasai trying to poke it. Moved on up once more. Taken up by Verlat. Verlat takes it up the left wing. Works his way by Perstoshnook. Perstoshnook says hello to the ice for him. Windsor now gets it back once more. 12:26 to go in regulation. Kasai has it stripped away. Again, here comes the rush for Trippy. Trippy loses it on the poke. Perstoshnook this time pokes it. Shekel on that side. Niagara takes it back down on that zone. Ferreira glove stop up Lager. And we'll have another face-off. Rushing to the crease at the time was Fletcher as well. Of course, both teams change up the lines. Again, game 2 of this series will take place in Niagara. Puck drop 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The arena, of course, based in Port Colborne, for the home ice for the Niagara Whalers. Whalers trying to get towards a good spot as Uplager covers it up. 12 minutes even to go in regulation with the face-off. If needed, Game 3 would be in Windsor on a Tuesday afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time at 80 Oxford Arena. Poked away by the Aces meanwhile. Here comes Cameron. Cameron trying to deke, gets it poked by a couple of different players in the rush. Now taken up on the wing by Fletcher. Fletcher whiffs on the wrister. Second chance. Uplager just softly touches away for the Pillows. Huge check in the corner. One more helmet comes off. Delayed penalty coming up. And this will go against the Whalers potentially for the check. This might be boarding with Hardick losing his helmet. And yes, indeed, they're going to open up the penalty box doors for the Whalers side. And it will go against Lozon, his second penalty of the match. The frustration shows a 2-minute minor and a crucial point of this game. The penalty could last to the 9:38 to go mark in the period. 5-3 is your score for the Windsor Aces over the Niagara Whalers. And it looks like Coach Masterson and his staff not agreeing with the call. But of course, the helmet coming off. Second time we've seen a check of that velocity too. And they've sent a second player to the bench as well, to the box as well. So a second player coming into the bench there. So this might be a game misconduct situation. That might be the end. We'll have to see for sure. So 5-on-4. Windsor Aces power play coming up. Face-off won by Windsor. Nikolic gets it poked away. Short-handed chance as Nikolic gets tied up. Stu retreats back to his goaltender, able to get it away. Prevost now tries to pass it to Yetman. Yetman has been quiet tonight, shuffles it to Cameron, called offsides. That burns 17 seconds off the clock. 1 minute, 43 seconds still on the power play. And they'll say the draw has to go back to the neutral zone, of course, to the left side. That was where the pass came towards Yetman. Cameron Pickersgill playing at the center spot. Yetman playing at one of the wing spots, in fact. Taken up now, move back to the heart, to the Whaler zone. Yetman was trying to stop it. Sacco trying to score it. Gets a deflected, misses wide right. Moved on back behind to Sacco. Nikolic able to poke it away. Prevost works up with him. Prevost looks to the right side of the ice. Yetman. Prevost nearly avoids the check. Gigliotti there, the one with the soft check. Cameron Pickersgill back to Yetman. Wrist shot right to Harvey. He'll draw the face-off. Harvey knew exactly where that was going from Bryce Yetman. Of course, the league's record holder for goals and points in a season in the regular season. Course said after the matchup, though, that the focus is trying to get a championship. When spoken to by the Windsor Star after breaking the record. Bryce Yetman getting the puck back to Nikolic meanwhile. Nikolic at the top. Fakes the wrister. Try to pass it down low, missed off the mark. Whalers trying to move back to the neutral zone instead. Once again, 5-on-4 for the next 51 seconds. Yetman tries to pass it down low. Cameron has it deflected around. Cameron gets it. Next to Prevost. Yetman watches as Jake has it poked away. Whalers still haven't made a single clear attempt so far. Course down by 2, needing goals. Fletcher poked away by Yetman. Passed up to Prevost. 2-on-2 chance. Make it now 2-on-3. Pass to Prevost, misses from Cameron. Jake tries to poke it on himself. Ferreira takes it up. For a pass to the slot. Back to Ferreira. Dances back, circles back. Second chance poked away. Yetman moves it back across the blue line. 3-on-2 chance. Yetman circle back, misses the pass to Cameron. Passed on back to Jake, couldn't get it on the mark. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Lozon comes out of the box. Shoemate rushes to the crease. Shoemate looking, finds Lozon. Lozon kicks it, gets it kicked away. Jake passes it off the boards, trying to set up Yetman for a break. Instead, Martin gets it. Martin takes it up the near side, across to the far side. Poked away again for the slot. Martin picks it up again from Kasai. Kasai and Martin tied up. Martin keeps it away from Kasai. Move back to the slot once more, back to the top. Wrist shot, Uplegger dives on top of it for the face-off. 9:06 to go in the third period here on Weeds Digital Productions. For more coverage of Windsor Aces hockey in the Greater Metro Hockey League, be sure to go to weeddigital.ca to follow the Windsor Aces. Also follow us on social media on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and more to keep up with the Greater Metro Hockey League and the Windsor Aces, so as to watch everything you can on the area. Upleggers makes the stop after the face-off. Whalers with the puck. Intercepted once more, Goulin. Kasai tried to pass it up to Gagnon in traffic. Instead, Kasai has to retreat. Tosses it back to Niagara zone. Whalers will reset with 8:45 to work with. Still trailing by 2. 5-3 your score. Moving up the ice, Martin gets tripped up. Uplegger draws the face-off. Gets a round of applause for the Windsor faithful here at the 80 Knox Tournament Arena. 8:36 now on the clock as both teams change up the lines once more. And continuing to be a nerve-wracking matchup, is to say the very least, between these teams. As the Windsor Aces have the draw in their own zone. Face-off won by Windsor. Nikolic misses to Jake. Whiffing on the play is Guest. Chance for Hardig, and Jake couldn't get the pass to Hardig. Picked up by Guest. Passed by Cameron. Going to Ferreira. Across the slot. Trying to go back, intercepted. Hardig with a chance on a 2-on-1. Hardig on the right side. Down low, Cameron dinks out, scores! Cameron Pickersgill makes it 6-3 with 8:08 to go. Zachary Hardig gets the assist, and Cameron Pickersgill gets his second point of the night. It's back to a 3-goal lead on the magnificent 2-on-1 for Windsor. And the entire Windsor faithful losing their minds on that goal. 5-on-5 hockey once more as Bryce Shipman wins the draw. Loses it, in fact, as it goes through his wickets. Coy turns that statement back around. Savodin moves it up. Savodin trying to add to the points, intercepted. Justine Masterson able to break it up. 6-3 is your score with under 8 minutes to go in the third period in the first game of the quarterfinals, the first round of the South Division playoffs in the Greater Metro Hockey League. Chance to swing on back, Masterson misses. Checked on back behind is Bonolo. Picked up Goulin. Back to Prevost. Prevost hits the A-frames in the ceiling as that will draw the face-off. 7:32, that will move back to the Windsor zone as Prevost not happy. Either way, 6-3 is your score. 3-goal lead, 7:32 to go in the third for the Windsor Aces or the Niagara Whalers to try and secure the first win in the postseason in the history of their franchise. Of course, last year they were swept out of the postseason by Niagara as it's deflected up to the mesh. Burns 3 seconds off the clock. Uplegger will try and keep it 6-3 on the scoreboard next to said clock. As Coy Prevost will face off for Windsor. Face off one, this time Fletcher. Martin tries to move back to the dot. Kicked away, doesn't reach Uplegger. Back down low, missed again Masterson. Blocked by the wickets of another ace. Fletcher back to Masterson. Pass back down low. Ferreira misses the net. Move back down low. Martin whips on the chance on the rebound. Aces again. Goulin. Rolls on back. Again cut off. This time Ferreira once more. Fletcher passed into traffic to Lozon. Martin gets it. Poked on back from behind from Yetman. Yetman slaps it back to the far side. From the far side to the near side. Sabonin gets it. Back to Prevost. Prevost intercepted. Lozon has to retreat. Yetman picks it up instead. Moves it back in the zone to avoid the offsides with 6:34 to go in a 6-3 hockey game here on Wheat Digital Productions. Ivan Sabonin pokes it around. Martin passed along. Back to Lozon. Mahan blows a tire. Lozon rushes up. Quick shot misses. Line left. Had a chance on the wrister after the blown tire from Mahan on defense. Yetman trying to get a pass. Gagnon losing. Knocks out the stick of Gigliotti. Clock is down to 6 minutes to go. Guest presses an ace against the boards. Gil Gigliotti trying to get the pass. Uplegger calls the quick icing as he'll go back the other direction once more. 5:56 to go. Lozon is going to the locker room with the stoppage coming off the ice, it appears. As now the teams change up the lines once more. Gigliotti getting some more touches now in this set period. And you may be wondering, why is Lozon going to the locker room? Well, look up to the scoreboard. A 5-minute major has just been given to Lozon. He is done for the night. The Whalers have to send a second player to the penalty box. They've already had one sitting in there the entire period. And half their team is sitting on the bench wall. They're going to take Guest off for the 5-on-4. Now for the Aces for the next 5 minutes. What could be a dagger tonight with 5:55 to go. Mahan gets it off to Kasai. Intercepted. Here comes Shoemate. Shoemate avoids one check. Shoemate circles. Shoemate just picked up and moved off the puck by Nikolic, it appeared. Pass across the ice from Gagnon, picked away by Gigliani. Misses Tim Brooks. Move back to Nikolic. 4:30 to go on the 5-minute major. 5:25 to go in the third. Moved up now by Joey Zappa. Joey Zappa rushes. Joey Zappa dekes. Joey Zappa passes, intercepted. Shoemate gets it instead. Shoemate has to circle at the red line. Back across at the Aces zone. Move back towards the left side point. Towards the boards, Gigliani. Gigliani gets checked from behind. Circled by 3 different Aces. Now surrounded by Zappa and Nikolic in the poke check party. Flipped on out of the area. Picked up instead by Windsor. Under 5 minutes to go in the fourth period. Windsor just 4:50 to go from their first postseason win in franchise history. Their first series as the favorites as well in the Greater Metro Hockey League. Puck moves across the ice. Ferreira. Moved on up again by the Niagara Whalers again. Gagnon checks Ferreira. Ferreira and Gagnon still shoving. 2 more players caught up. Another Ace comes for the check. 1 more Whaler pressed again. 1 more Whaler puts up a shot and stopped. Masterson with a shot. Uplegger once more with a save. 4:18 to go in regulation. 3:22 on the 5-on-4. Aces will have the draw in their own zone. It'll be Fletcher winning the draw for Niagara. He's been successful majority of the times. Almost got the deflection over top Uplegger's glove. He's trying to check it along. Goulin trying to keep it away from him. Roll it to the near side boards. Hardick couldn't get the pass off Goulin's stick. Shoemate loses his stick again. Instead checks Goulin. Goulin checks back. He gets the pass back. Martin tries to keep it on sides. Instead goes back to Cameron. Cameron dekes it. Stripped again. This time for Latt. For Latt. Wrist shot. Stopped. Cameron again gets it. Cameron will avoid the stick. Still sitting inside the Aces zone. Once again, that's Fletcher's stick. He's off onto the bench. Martin strips away Hardick. Cameron strips Martin. Jake gets the pass on the right side. Trying to get it to Cameron, blocked. Harvey again stopping a shot with the pads. Martin takes it across center. Takes it able to flip it into the Windsor zone. Aces again with the puck. 3:15 to work with. 2:18 on the power play for Windsor. Mahan waits. Still waits. Finds Yetman. Yetman now not waiting. Trying to move it across. Puts up the wrister, misses the net. Bounces its way back to Nikolic. The stick's given back to Niagara bench. Mahan gives it back to Cameron off his stick. Cameron tries to get the puck, trips up on Whaler. Delayed penalty coming up against Windsor. They let the play continue for Guest. Guest will circle in the corner. Looking around. Passed across to the other side. Kops. Kops flip back down. Back to Kops to the right side point. Waits on the boards. Pass back along the boards once more. Kops falling down. And that draws the delayed whistle. And that will go against Cameron Pickersgill. 2 minutes coming up for tripping. And you could see that one coming the second he put his stick out trying to get the puck back on the poke check after getting stripped initially. Bit of confusion from the Aces, but that will appear to be against Cameron. They're still trying to get the message to him, it appears. They're waiting, still waiting. On that side, he gets the message. He goes to the penalty box. And for Cameron Pickersgill, that's his first penalty of the night. It brings us to 4-on-4 for the action for the next minute and 28 seconds. There has also been a 2-minute minor put on the board for Niagara just now. In fact, as well, that I think, now in fact just taken off, pardon me, that might have been my mistake, as that is currently getting updated And they put a second minor to Windsor. Look at this, a second minor drawn as that delayed penalty was going on, it appears. So you have Cameron Pickersgill along with Ivan Persdoshnuk in the box, it appears. Windsor now with the puck. 4-on-3 is the situation. Yetman with the breakaway on the 4-on-3. Tries to deke around, down low, poked away. Niagara with their biggest chance of the game to try and get a rally. 2 minutes to go, down by 3. Ferreira pass back to Guest. Wrist shot misses wide left. Cleared away by Windsor, back to Martin at center ice. Circles back, empty net crease now for Niagara. They have pulled Harvey. Martin rushes in, poked away. Martin tied up with Nikolic. Moved back once more to Kops. Kops looking delayed penalty once more as 2 players down. And we got a fight. Kops and Mahan ripping each other's helmets off. Nikolic knocked down in the center of the slot, as well as a fellow Niagara Whaler, or a rival Niagara Whaler rather. So Kops going towards the boxes and benches. Nikolic getting the door open for him. Kops done for the night. He'll join Lozon inside the locker room. And now we're having word. This is trouble. We got a fight in the bench. Kops to the locker room. Multiple players being ejected. And this could be suspensions. A shoving match pursuing in the benches. Multiple players being ejected, being told to go to their benches. The coaching staff for Niagara involved. And now we got another fight. They're still throwing punches at the door for the Whalers locker room. Another one thrown by Windsor. And still being broken up along the wall. Kops in the locker room. Coaches trying to get everyone else in. More players being broken up. A disgusting end to this night tonight here at Enoch Sherman Arena. You see Tim Brooks amongst the referees trying to restore order off the ice. Some of the Whalers returning to their bench. Coaches telling them to go back to their bench. But this could be multiple players done for the night and or the postseason. 1, 2, make it 3 Whalers already off to the locker room. The Aces picking up the shrapnel and sticks off of their side of the ice. But a majority of the Whalers are to the locker room. Aces watching as the rest of the Whalers are also being moved to the locker room. There's a minute 35 in the third period. In an ugly end to this one. 6-3 is the lead for the Aces. As now the coach is still having words. And it looks like the game may have just been called potentially. Max Weinman going off to the locker room for Windsor. Benches being cleared from both sides. Terry Masterson still having words. With a minute 35 left on the clock, the Aces up 6-3 on We Digital Productions. All the Whalers to the locker rooms. The doors opening for the Aces. And what is an ugly end to Game 1 of the first round of the Greater Metro Hockey League playoffs. Aces off the ice. Everyone else off. Still waiting for official clarification. But if indeed this may be the Windsor would win game one if the score sticks up by 3 with the penalties flying around. As you see, multiple penalties were already on the board. And we'll take a quick break with your clarification. 1 minute, 35 seconds left in the third here on We Digital Productions. Aces lead 6-3, and an ugly end to this matchup potentially. Welcome back to 80 Knox Tournament Arena as action will resume for the final minute and 35 seconds of regulation in what has turned to an ugly matchup. 6-3 is your score for the Aces in game one of the first round of the GMHL playoffs in We Digital Productions. Here is the situation. By rule, the game must be completed to its entirety for the full 60 minutes. However, there are a magnitude of disqualifications and at least 2 suspensions, 1 on each side. 3 disqualifications minimum on each side of the teams. 2 suspensions as mentioned as well. Suspended Jesse Masterson immediately for a 2-game. Joey Burney Sr., the head coach of the Aces, disqualified and suspended as well for 2 games. All those members and players and coaches forced to the locker room for what is going to be a dramatic final minute and 7 seconds. Quick shot, stopped by Uplegger as the air horns go off. Of course, many players are in the box after that bench clearing brawl right in front of the penalty boxes and the bench doors. There are multiple players with 40 seconds remaining on penalties at the moment. Of course, the majority of the Windsor Aces gone for the night. Puck cleared away into the Niagara zone for Icy. As you might notice, it is currently a 4-on-3. That is because the extra attacker from that empty net that still stays in place under a minute to go in the third period. Of course, a lot of clarifications to come throughout before tomorrow night's matchup in Port Colborne, Ontario. An absolutely dramatic series, to say the least. Uplegger has the net knocked off some mornings. Gagnon now having some words. And Uplegger again going to adjust his paddings. Remember, all these players had to go to the locker room from both sides to cool down while the officials had basically the discussions rather to determine what to do in this case, an extreme case, mind you, as this is a trip off the one face-off. Sacco gets up, Aces clear it. 42.9 seconds left on the ice. And we'll go back the other direction again. Another member of the Whalers towards the locker room. Although this time frustration appears for Sacco rather. He's done. Another member of the Whalers to the locker rooms. 2 players battling on the screen after one face-off from the Whalers. Quick shot kicked away by Uplegger. Second chance now, whiffing is Guest. 30 seconds to go in the third. Back with it, Martin. Martin shoved hard from behind. Yetman clears it out of the zone. Chance for the empty net goal. Rushes up towards the side. Has to deal with one more player to beat. Make it 2. Red shot scores. And Bryce Yetman has his first goal of the postseason. Although it comes in not the best circumstances I think you would expect. It's now 7-3. 9.45 seconds to go. The Aces get an extra player back to their bench as Jake Pickersgill appears, if I'm looking right. Cameron, in fact, is allowed out of the box and onto the ice. And for those wondering, how long did some of those penalties last? 10-minute game misconducts. An 8:45 minute to go penalty is on the Aces side of the board. Face-off won by Niagara. One gets it inside the Aces zone. It doesn't matter. The Windsor Aces win 7-3. They take a 1-0 series lead in the first round of the GMHL playoffs in the South Division side of the bracket. They scored at one point 4 unanswered goals to help secure the victory in a very disappointing end to tonight's matchup, to say the least, here in Windsor. Game 2 heads to Port Colborne for February the 24th. Puck drop is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Port Colborne, Ontario. But until next time, here from 80 Knox Sherman Arena, for the rest of our crew, I'm Justin Prince saying so long from the Road City, and we'll see you next time.